It's crazy. But anyways, yo, let's should we play the game first or covers? Oh no, wait, trivia. Let's do trivia. Yeah, I made me a trivia night. Let's play the game. Little edit here. Yeah, boy. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So that's the internet. That was the dude that's going to be talking about 007. So we'll watch that in a little while. But yeah, let's get the trivia thing set up. There we go. Now, just need to get the interaction to it. 1 second. All right, cool. I think I got to click this. Let's see if this works. Testing it. Booyah, baby. Players. Fishers of Men. How to play. There are 3 different types of games. Answer the question, multiple choice, and true or false. Let's get into this, chat. Let's get into this. What year was the release of Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy? (2001). Yeah. I myself made these questions, and I'm hoping I don't memorize all the answers. I just wanted to be honest, you know, as I'm playing this game. I'm hoping that I can get somebody to, when I go the next go round, to, when I'm not watching, add some questions for me on my computer, so that way I can just have no idea and I just have to hope I'm right, or maybe have the answer. But yeah, I may have a lot of these answers because I created it myself. So I just wanted to say that. But there's some cool questions though. This, I feel like, is the most used one. I've seen like reels of people with this question. And I was good at continents. I knew my continents in school. Which continent is considered the largest and most populous continent in the world? Asia. Asia. And did I know that off the bat before knowing the answer? I don't know, but I know it's Asia. Yeah. True or false? We gotta love those. You gotta love the true or false, and you gotta love the truth. Here we go. Let's see what we're gonna be getting a question for related to this game. Jesus is Lord of Lords. Truth. Absolutely. Yeah. Respect. Put some respect on the Lord of Lords name. And this is from Revelations chapter 19, verse 16. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh name written, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Absolutely. I love Jesus. I'll always praise his name. And I was thinking, like, with this type of question I set up, people could be like, well, that's for people that would believe that wouldn't be really worded in a question type of way for a game. But I felt like that was just what I typed and was just put in there. I feel like God led me to do it, and it's planting seeds. You know, when people see this, they're seeing the scripture itself, and they may read across it, and they may in the moment, you know, be like, oh, it's just whatever. But later on, when you get those tug, somebody pulling on you, that's the Lord, because the word is alive. The word is God. The word is spirit. So yeah, this is how you can plant a seed when you play games, etc., showing scripture. And yeah, I want to get more creative with like Bible related gaming with trivia, now that I figure out this trivia too, because I feel like it could be really fun. And I've seen people do questions like that on YouTube, and I've been answering them and getting them right. I was like, man, I need to make like a trivia Bible game. That'd be fun. That would be fun, chat. That would be fun. Best-selling video game of all time, Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft. I spelled Grand Theft. I didn't even put the letter T. Bruh. What am I doing? What am I doing? Which racing game franchise served as a technical showcase for the launch of the PlayStation 3 in 2006? MotorStorm, Call of Duty 3, Tony Hawk Project 8. I remember that game. And Ridge Racer 7. You know what's crazy? I think, MotorStorm on the PS3, or my brother did, and I think I played it. A lot of people love that one. Call of Duty 3. That's so crazy. Call of Duty 3 is that old. 2006. What was going on in 2006? 2004 was Jak 2. But what were the games of 06? I couldn't even tell you. I don't even think there were many games for PS3 in that timeline. For this to be, though, the launch for PlayStation 3, I was thinking about it. Like, these are the games they chose. I guess Tony Hawk, like, that was the era of Tony Hawk, I guess you would say, 360 and the PlayStation 2 days. But, man, you would have thought they would have had something more than what they're offering here. But it's Ridge Racer 7. And I remember it because, like I said, I made these questions, but I did not even know what Ridge Racer 7 was. I never even played that game. But apparently it's a racing game. I liked Burnout 3, and that was like my only favorite racing game. And I loved a lot of motocross games. But Burnout 3, if there's a game that they could remaster, with all this talk of IPs coming back, you know, such as what is the games that people are rumored to talk about or discussing with PlayStation or Sony? Sly Cooper, Infamous. There's a third one. Sly Cooper, Infamous. Possibly Jak and Daxter, but I don't know if they're gonna go there. They may. There's rumors of this. Oh, it was Little Big Planet 3, I think. I never played that, but that was like a big game on the PS3 back in the day. But if they brought back like some classics, bro, oh, that'd be so fire. That would be so fire. Ridge Racer. True or false? Jesus said, "For if you believed Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote about me." Yes, he did. True. John chapter 5, verse 46. "For if you believe Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote about me," because he's the word. What console had the greatest comeback of all time? PlayStation 3. And I did some research about it because I wanted to hear the console wars. And bro, it's a fascinating comeback story, dude. So Microsoft launched the Xbox 360 a full year ahead of the PS3, initially giving them a massive lead in the 7th console generation. However, Sony countered by releasing its base PS3 models at exorbitant prices up to $600 at launch. Making the consoles a tough sell, Sony steadily initiated significant price cuts, releasing the Slim, redesigned in 2009, which made the console much more accessible to the mainstream market. I remember when it came out. I remember it was the 360. I got the 360 for Christmas. My brother got the PlayStation 3, and it was like the fat one. And he had like a Spider-Man game, and he may have had MotorStorm, but yeah, the games were not like PS2 days where you had Jak and Daxter. You had Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2. Sly Cooper. Like, that was the era of like games. Like, if you had a PlayStation 3 in 2006 or 5, there was nothing really. It was not the best time to get a PlayStation. It was the best time to get an Xbox. When I look back at it, because I was such a Sony fan, man, Xbox had the freaking everything. They had Gears of War, which I love Gears of War. What was during that era of the games of that point? I hope it mentions, because I love the freaking Xbox party chat system. I loved how it looked. I love the achievement. I love the avatars and just the sound it made. 360 was just beautiful to me. Even the controls felt so good with the Call of Duty Black Ops 2. But I loved both though. Like I said, I was a PlayStation fan, but when I had the 360, I loved the 360. It says early on, third-party developers struggled to create multi-platform games for the PS3. Sony's highly complex proprietary cell processor. I probably said that word so wrong, but cell processor. Man, what is going on with my reading today? Made the console notoriously difficult to program for many games looked worse on the PS3 than on the 360. I remember that. Everybody would always talk about that, like, yo, y'all's graphics are trash. 360 is where it's at. Yo, 360 and PlayStation console wars, like when it comes to fandom, oh my gosh, bro, it was like football. People did not want to know anything other than Xbox. There were so many people on Xbox, I feel like, when I grew up. Over time, Sony provided better development tools, and first-party internal studios master the architecture, leading to visually stunning, groundbreaking exclusives. Where the Xbox 360 thrived in the early years with Halo. Yeah, I didn't care for Halo. Gears of War, I loved Gears of War. Sony played the long game by consistently investing in narrative-driven, visually spectacular, exclusive franchises. The release and success of massive titles like Uncharted, loved Uncharted. The Last of Us, loved Last of Us. God of War, never played God of War, but it was a classic PlayStation 2 franchise, then evolving into even now. Like, they still are making those games, which is crazy. And The Little Big Planet gave gamers compelling reasons to own a PS3. I didn't care for Little Big Planet. Unlike Microsoft's Xbox Live Gold, which required a paid monthly subscription for basic online multiplayer, Sony's PlayStation Network was entirely free to use. Facts, bro. Those were the eras. I was saying this in yesterday's stream, but it was muted. You had PlayStation for free, and then in the Netflix era, when there used to be $9.99 subscriptions, now it's like $28 subscriptions for like services and stuff. You have 5 apps right now, and you're paying a month to month. They're like $140 a month now when you rack up everything, depending on what you got. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, even WWE Network. I don't know if y'all ever watched that network, but it was $10. Just the eras of where you had PlayStation that was free. You had Xbox, obviously, with you had to pay, but I don't think it is like it is now, where stuff is up to like $20 to be online. It's just different. It was different times, man. It was a different era. Everything just squeezing dollars now. Like especially PlayStation's like $900 right now, I think. And I think Xbox increased like to 100 with one of their Xboxes that's like went from $299 to now $399. And then you have the main one, I think that's like 600 and something. It's less than PlayStation, but still high. Like, consoles are really high right now. So if you got a PS5, man, you keep on to that, because man, pricing for consoles today, boy, they're gonna run you up some dollars, dude. People's Christmas and stuff gonna be expensive. Unlike Microsoft's, yeah, I already read that. The early years of Xbox 360 were marred. Is that how you say that word? Marred by the infamous Red Ring of Death. I remember that Red Ring of Death. I don't know if I have that with an Xbox or not, but I do remember it. And the severe hardware failure that cost Microsoft millions and damaged consumer trust. While earlier PS3 units had their own hardware issues, the yellow light of death, I never had that issue. PS3 though would get very hot. The very first one, the fat one, my brothers would get so heated. So it had like a huge heating problem. Sony's later PS3 Slim models were highly reliable. I love the Slim, allowing the company to build long-term loyalty and steadily close the sales gap. Through steady price drops, a relentless outlet of premium exclusive games, and superior hardware stability in the console's lifespan, Sony ultimately overcame Microsoft's early lead to sell over 87 million units, narrowing out Xbox's 360's lifetime sales. That's just wild. Like, they were the underdog, and then throughout the years, they outsold Xbox itself. That's wild. It's crazy how long the PS3 and Xbox run was, though, because I think it was like 2018, I think, when PlayStation 4 came out. So from like 2016 to 15, that was like the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 run, going all the way back to like 05 or 06. That's crazy. But yeah, I found that very insightful, very entertaining, you know, breaking down the console wars. But let's go to the next one. What WWE wrestler left WWE in 2009 and joined TNA in 2010? Taz, because Taz left WWE. He was a ring announcer. I don't know if I didn't really pay attention to him that heavy when I was a big wrestling fan. I was into like watching Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. Like they were super entertaining. Mr. Kennedy, and then he changed to Mr. Anderson in TNA. TNA when it was like 08 or 09 or maybe in 08 or 2009. I love that era, bro. They were lit. I love TNA. MVP and Jeff Hardy. Yeah, MVP went over there too. Jeff Hardy though is who it was, because in 2009 he had that run where he was the WWE champion, where he won at Armageddon, and he I think only held the title for not even 30 days or something because of his issues with drugs and stuff like that. So yes, Jeff Hardy. And in 2010 he made that TNA debut. I was watching it the day he returned to, and he was sitting up on the cage. Like that was a cool time. So yeah, the answer is Jeff Hardy. And he's still a fan favorite. I'll be watching his interviews. I'll be seeing like clips on TikTok getting millions of views. People have not stopped rocking with Jeff Hardy to this day. It's crazy how more popular like wrestlers that you grew up watching get even more over time, like Randy Orton, John Cena, Jeff Hardy. I feel like Jeff Hardy though is just one of those wrestlers that were just so different and fun to watch, doing the Swanton Bomb, the Whisper in the Wind. I used to freaking even have the armbands, and I remember it came in the mail for Christmas, and I opened it up and they're like, this is what girls wear. Like, are you sure this is what you got? I remember I was like, I don't know where those came from. I don't know whose those are. I didn't realize at the time that's what those were, but he was using like these armbands, and I remember I was wearing them because it was just Jeff Hardy. Now as I'm older, I'd be like, yeah, I ain't wearing that. But as a kid, I was like a huge Jeff Hardy fan. And then I had like the WWE belt that spun, the spinners, the replica. I had the replica one, and then I had the fake one. But oh man, I was a huge wrestling fan. Jeff Hardy really became a big fan of mine, and I was a Cena fan the most, but like Jeff Hardy became like my all-time favorite during that run. He had a crazy run. It would have been crazier if he would have stayed sober. Like who would have known what he would have done, you know, carrying the championship and the types of matches and just stories. But I feel like even in 2010, like he still had great stories all the way to the end when he gets retired from CM Punk, but also before at WrestleMania when he fought Matt Hardy in I think an I Quit match. You know, he still did his thing. But yeah, he was lit. YouTube debuted in 2003. True or false? 2005. Which is nuts. That's like what, 10 years? 15 is 15 years. 20. Is it like 16 years now? YouTube was officially launched in February 14, 2005 by 3 former PayPal employees. It's always PayPal employees that like have these crazy, what's it called? Huge empires like Elon. He was a PayPal, I believe, employee. Or did he make PayPal? I don't know. I think either one of those was what Elon had done. Either an employee or he was the one behind PayPal at some point in time. I thought I heard that somewhere. But Chad Hurley, Stephen Chen, and Jawed Kareem, man, they literally made what everybody goes on now. Like that's so crazy. Just wild. Wild. How do I, oh yeah, push the arrow. Which WWE superstar has a platinum album? John Cena. My time is now. And I think I had the album. I know I loved that one song that he had, Bad Man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. Like that, he was lit. And My Time Is Now. That song, his theme song when I was a kid, I used to have it on my MP3. And then he had some real rap. He had some real rap on that album. Probably wasn't, you know, taken seriously because he was a wrestler but like at that time, it was cool. It was cool, and it did like I said, a platinum selling album. It went platinum. Which WWE superstar the UFC lost twice in 2016 and 2018? CM Punk. Man, that was sad, bro. I mean, everybody has a loss, but like he got wrecked. Did he get wrecked twice though? Like, did he do better the second time? That's one thing I don't know. CM Punk. All right, cool. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So that was the trivia. Starting off the stream, and we are 25 minutes in right now. If you guys are enjoying the stream, comment what's up, how you doing, or follow if you would like to follow. I stream 6 days a week. I'm trying to stay consistent, you know, with the streaming, and I hope you guys, you know, enjoyed that trivia. It took me a while to make that, like trying to get it to move on the screen and stuff like that. I want to make other stuff, you know. I want to have like a schedule of just like, okay, we're gonna go talk about this or do this or do this or do this, and just keep stuff going. So I'm building things, you know, from Jesus. Jesus is the reason all this stuff is just creative and becoming something. You know, even my YouTube right now is growing. I'm getting subscribers, and I think that's really cool. Just stay consistent. Consistency is key. You know, your flesh, you're at war with these emotions and feelings and stuff. You don't got to give into that. You can lean on the Spirit of Christ and just go and just move and just do. Like, I would highly recommend that. If you're stuck in your head, like, man, I don't know if I should do this or do this, just do it. Just do it while time is ticking. If you got a camera, if you got, you know, a voice, and you know, if you know what you're into and you know what you can tell people about what you're into, it'll flow. And if you believe in Jesus, it'll definitely flow. You know, he will build you in confidence. He will build you in just everything, like literally. Like, that's the only reason I'm even confident right now on this stream. I prayed before my stream, because my last stream I didn't pray, and I noticed like I was off my game. So like, yeah, I give all the glory to him in this stream and just the direction. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Like, I know there's gonna be so much more stuff that I'm gonna be building for the streaming. And yeah, I always wanted to do streaming, but I didn't have no personality at all, you know, for it, or confidence. I don't want to be like a fake, you know, streamer where I gotta be extra. But no, if you're watching this video and you're wanting to be a streamer, try it out. Try it out. Nothing wrong with trying something different, you know. Trying something different, or doing YouTube. YouTube, I would say, yo, do YouTube too. A lot of people will be like, man, YouTube, I don't know about this. No, it's literally faith with God. If you believe in what you're doing, not to get clout, none of that, just believe in just like, this is what I like to do, and I'm gonna lean on God, and I know he'll provide and everything will work out. It'll start to happen. People will start to watch your videos. Faith can do it all. For real. And it's not about, you know, the stuff. It's about Christ that died for us, and the change he does in your heart, and just the amazing things. But he means it when he says, if you ask in my name and you believe, he will do it. If you believe he's gonna provide, he's gonna provide. We get to really believe. You know what I'm saying? Faith has changed my freaking life. And I know we're going in a whole rant right now, but I had to just say that, because I always want to give praise to Jesus. I always want to just give him glory and let his name shine on the streams or on my YouTube videos, because I'm telling you, like, we didn't deserve him, especially mercy and the type of change he does in you, but also what you get back from him leading you on being consistent, for example, on streaming or videos. It comes back. Like, you get back for the work you're, and I don't even take the glory in the work I do, but with what he helps me in doing, you get back, bro. People will start to watch videos or streams or whatever. I haven't really had many in the stream. I had like 6 people, I think, a few days ago when I was reading the Bible, which was cool. But I know it will eventually happen. And the whole point of this life is just being real. You know, being truthful and confident that God gives you, and letting people know you can have that confidence by receiving him. Like a lot of people just in life, they don't know what to do, or they don't know their purpose. God has a purpose for you, and he'll do it for you and give you just all this strength, all this confidence. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's the greatest moment to have when you receive him. It's painful, there's suffering, there's challenges, obstacles, but no, he's worth every bit of just everything.